Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the Ministry of Tarot channel. My name is Natasha. I'm your hostess for this month's June 2025 reading for Taurus. This reading is for everyone. Not only one person can claim it. You chose to be a Taurus in this lifetime, and that's why these group readings work, because you're part of a group that shows the same challenges and benefits of this lifetime, serving the second house, right? With your second house being of your focus. Most of the people who view this channel do not subscribe, so I just kindly ask you for this even exchange of energy. If you could subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything, and it would help the channel. So I appreciate it if you could do that. Okay, so let me tell you which decks I'm going to be using. Now, I do a 6-card spread of my own creation. The first position is the lessons from the past, which you'll be utilizing or be cognizant of in the month of June that will help you. The second position is the energy you're going to be sitting in, and then 4 predictive cards. The decks we'll be using for the primary pull is the Wizard's Tarot. And then for clarifiers, we're going to be using the Celtic Tarot. And if the clarifiers need clarifying, which hardly ever happens, but I like to have the backup, is the Haunted House Tarot. And I will be pulling 2 cards, or using 2 decks for either ultimate outcome or advice, depending on how your reading goes, okay? Again, please like, share, and subscribe because it helps boost the channel. I wonder if G. Letts is here. Anyway, this reading is for all Tauruses for the month of June. No matter what the storyline, you'll be experiencing each of the energies that this reading will show, okay? So the 6 cards will show you, will be experienced by every Taurus, okay? What's coming up for Taurus in the month of June 2025? What's coming up for Tauruses in June 2025? What's coming up for Tauruses in June 2025? What's coming for Tauruses in June 2025? What's coming for Tauruses in June 2025? I feel like you surprise people, because you're always so extroverted and outgoing and not to be trifled with, but you're usually a pretty happy-go-lucky person, okay? The thing of it is that I think people underestimate you and your kindness, and I think you shock a lot of people in the month of June. Like somebody pushes your button or crosses a boundary, and you're just like, you become the bull, and they're like, whoa, boing, right? So the the lessons from the past that you'll be cognizant of in the month of June is the King of Swords in reverse. Now, 8 times out of 10, in my readings, the court cards represent people, but since this is your lessons, this is an abstract situation. This one's a little different that I'm getting. Just like with the intuits I was getting while I was shuffling, you're fair when you have to be, and you're ruthless when you have to be. It just depends on how people mess with you, right? Okay. The energy you're going to be sitting in is the Page of Cups in reverse. No forgiveness. Right? You are not showing anything emotionally. You don't have your heart on your sleeve, in other words. I feel like somebody messes with you, for sure. The 4 predictive cards you have. Justice in reverse. It might be that you experience injustice in some way. This is also separation. This is also divorce. Okay, we'll have to clarify what kind or which one of those meanings this card is representing, okay, or predicting. Because I do predictions, okay? I don't talk about your past, but then I don't talk about timeless readings. Yeah, there's no such thing as timeless readings, not effective readings anyway. Okay, this is for the month of June. And that's the energy I put up in the cards. The next predictive card you have is the Three of Cups in reverse. I think somebody messes with you and you just go after them. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You're turning lemons into like lemon flavored vodka. Like you're just, and then the World. Whoops. The World. You change a cycle. Now, the World card is underneath the Justice card. I don't know if you're, whenever Justice comes up, you could be, that's a Libran energy. Now, if it's clarified by court cards, that means it's a person. Okay? Most likely. You might socially isolate yourself from a group because even if it's just one person who messes with you, that person represents the group. So that's why you pull away. So just like, because Taurus is an earth sign, what earth signs tend to do is that they're so giving with their energy. So when you even step one step backward, people feel the freeze. Okay? And that's what looks like is happening with Taurus. Look at all this energy that you have and magnetize. You're like, nope. You're bad news for somebody else or a group of people in the month of June. Okay? Cool. I do want to see what this Justice card represents because it almost has the feeling of like the Three of Swords or the Four of Swords, right? Or even the Nine of Swords. It's an empty chair, and then there's like a emblem or a crest. But I see Four Swords, right? Anyway, your Justice card is in reverse. If it is a person, because we're going to clarify that card now, if we get a court card or two that represents the Justice card, that means separation or divorce, right? And it means a person. It looks like betrayal, okay? Well, you'll feel like it's betrayal. Somebody crosses the line. So it looks like you take care of it, so, yeah. What does this Justice card in reverse mean for Tauruses in the month of June 2025? What is this Justice card in reverse mean for Tauruses? Something smells really weird. Tauruses in June 2025. What is this Justice card in reverse mean for Tauruses in June 2025? Oh, I just remembered what I was feeling or intuiting during Aries reading. Just left me again. It's kind of like the same thing, like a betrayal. No. Eight of Swords. Whatever this is, it has you in your head, at least temporarily in the month of June. Okay? It doesn't feel like stuckness. It's like you're purposely like thinking about something. And because the Eight of Swords comes after the Seven of Swords, which is the card of deception, and before the Nine of Swords, right? Which is worry. I mean, yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this. The Emperor in reverse. I don't know if this isn't, even though this isn't a court card, this is someone with higher status than you in reverse who either is hazing you, bossing you, is being unfair to you in a group situation. Eights are tied to the 8th house of other people's income. So this means job. Now, if you're watching this and you're unemployed, then it's going to come from, it'll happen in somebody else's place of work. Like you go to a restaurant and they they short order you and don't give you everything that you ordered, like in takeout or something, then that's a place to work, right? Unfairness, it feels like intentional betrayal. And then you have the Page of Swords. Now, 2 pages as a tarot cluster mean trouble between friends. Maybe you're the type who considers your coworkers, even if you don't hang out with them, like your, work friends, There's some emotional bond that you've created, right? I feel like you do a lot for other people. Like you're very giving of your time and energy and even money, perhaps. Maybe you work a lot of people's OT, while they go out. You're isolated from the group. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like how this is feeling. This is kind of making me angry right now. Because I feel like someone used you. It's either one too many times or you're just like, no, that's not cool. You pull your energy back. And even though you don't say anything, the fact that you pulled your energy back, people feel that energy like being sucked away from them. So they might feed off your energy. I don't know. It looks like you might be planning an escape. Like these guys cross the line. I'm going to go look for another job or something, right? I'm not telling you to go look for another job, okay? I'm not telling you that. I'm just saying the intuits that I'm getting from this. You'll at least want to. Hi, monkey, no, you don't cry. You don't cry during readings. I just spent all day with you in bed. Don't know. No. Wow. What's this world card in the upright mean for Tauruses in June 2025? What is the world card in the upright mean for Tauruses in June 2025? I feel like you can't unhear something. Like someone says something and you're like, whoa, what do you mean by that? Or what did they mean by that, right? Here you have the Six of Wands in reverse. A non-victory, a non-homecoming. I think you want to move out of a cycle with this group of people. And then you have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Could it be a love situation? It could, but it feels more like work. It feels like a group. So no new lover on the way. It's like you change. You initiate a change. Because you're like, nope. And it's like this thing happens and you... Monkey! No! Little baby, come here. Sorry. I mean, he's like a 2-year-old. So, something happens and you just realize that you don't mean as much to the group as you, in the same way that you valued, even if they're just work partners or something. You embed yourself, you make yourself as part of this emotional system, where you inspire others and you be inspired. I don't know. You take your job and your income seriously, and somebody messes with you and you just realize, oh, I meant nothing to these people, is the vibe I'm getting, okay? Whether this is real or nebulous, maybe this is all happening in your head because someone shows their true colors. It seems like a supervisor or someone who has more tenure of years than you do. You feel like you've always, you know what? I've always been outside the group now that I think about it. And it hurts. It hurts. So you're going to like pull your energy back and feel nothing for earth signs can shut off their feelings like that. There's a snap. All I got was like nothing when I snapped the first time. At any rate, monkey! No, no. Smell. Smell this, yeah. Now go lay down. So let's get the ultimate outcome. I'm sorry about that. It's only for a month. But you know, it's good that you find this out now. Even if it's been like 10 years. You know? Your mind becomes open to all the possibilities for a bigger change, a better change. So even though this is clarified by the Six of Wands in reverse, this is the wreath of victory. Okay? Yeah. You find some way to mess with these people as you're out the door. And again, I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to take revenge on people. I'm just saying this is how I'm reading the cards. So this might be something that's happening in your head, and then in July, everything goes back to normal. This is only for June, okay? You're going to feel betrayed. You're going to like, wow. And it's going to knock you for a loop, according to the cards. Okay, so let's get the ultimate outcome. Wow, everybody left after that. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to gloss, okay? I'm going to tell you the good, bad, right, and wrong. What's the ultimate outcome for Tauruses in June 2025? What's the ultimate outcome for Tauruses in June 2025? What's the ultimate outcome for Tauruses in June 2025? You're still victorious because as soon as you realize you make that adjustment, okay? Which is exactly what should happen. Playfulness in reverse. Yeah. You're like, nope. I'm not going to... And I feel like you had to boost other people. Like this feels toxic. Like a nuclear bomb about to go off, right? I mean, people won't recognize you. They're like, oh, we didn't know this person after all. You know why? Because they didn't bother to get to know you. Because they're not really your friends. According to the cards, okay? I mean, I feel really negative about this reading. Sorry. That's why everybody went, oh, there are more people now. Hello. What's the ultimate outcome for Tauruses in June 2025? The point is, the bottom line is, everybody learns not to mess with Taurus in this month. Yeah. And you're just going to pull out the swords and heal. You're being treated unfairly. And even though there's 3 of Swords, this is the after Tarot. So you're going to pull out the swords like, okay, well, I'm just going to heal myself. I don't need you guys. Boom. Happiness. You might find solace or balance in your home life. You know, if your work life is like icky, you have your group of friends that you can rely on. You have your family that brings you happiness and balance, okay? So this is an amazing outcome for reals. Okay. Well, I'm so happy for you. Please like, share, and subscribe because it helps boost the channel. I'm going to log off now and come back with Geminis, okay? And I wish you a most beautiful month. Take no prisoners, Taurus. That's what I say. Okay. Mwah. Bye.